What's going on, Flix Talkers? Welcome back to another trailer reaction. This is a big one as it is the second. It's coming off the heels of Superman 2025. Now, if you guys saw my review for that one, I did give it high praise. I thought it was a fun movie, and I actually watched Man of Steel after that, and I was able to compare and contrast, though the anti-Snyder boys came for me. And even though I gave Superman 2025 good praise, for some reason they still came for me. I don't know. I can't please anyone at this point, not even just everybody, anyone. But that's neither here nor there, guys. I still had a fun movie with James Gunn's vision, and his vision possibly for DC Studios going forth. And we know the whole monopoly between Warner Brothers and Netflix right now. I talked about it on the channel, so I'm not going to get into all of that. But there was a character that was introduced at the end of Superman 2025. I'm just going to call it James Gunn Superman, right? Supergirl. And this is a character that I know nothing about. I don't know any of her lore. I think actually they made a movie in the 80s or could have been 70s, I'm not sure, about Supergirl. And I think it was kind of cheesy and it was very panned and whatnot. You guys let me know your thoughts on that one. Should I be checking it out? But I don't know anything about Supergirl. I don't know her relation. I don't know her lore, once again. I don't know if she has the exact same powers. I don't know if... Actually, well, I do know that she has Krypton the dog. That is her dog. Everybody thought it was going to be Superman's dog. It really wasn't. Well, I guess it's like the family dog, but you know, I'm not going to try to break it down what I think I know. I'm just going to watch this trailer. Now, what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to watch this trailer in its entirety. Try not to pause, try not to eek and squeak and blurt out whatever excitement. You guys will see it along the way. And then afterwards, I'm going to deep dive kind of frame by frame and just go what I thought stood out, or what, you know, I wanted to question. If you guys can, before we get into it, let's give the video a thumbs up, guys. Consider subscribing today for more trailer reactions, more movie reactions, more show reactions, live streams, all that good, fun movie stuff here on the channel. All right, guys, let's get into my first look. And I did my due diligence of staying off of Twitter. That was one thing. I didn't want to see any images. I didn't want to hear anybody talking about Supergirl or spoilers or any of that crap. So I really stayed off of online today, basically. And I'm getting to this reaction earlier because I work a 9 to 5. Most of y'all know that. So let's just get into it, guys. My first look, no pauses, the official teaser trailer for Supergirl.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time. Good job, buddy. I, Zor-El.
Zor-El.
Hereby declare the 23 will be the best year yet.
Oh.
Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
No, it's a pretty small group of 2.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
Okay. Very, very cool. Now, the writers and director, I don't know. I mean, drop it if you guys know them. But all right, initial thoughts before we get into some of the frames, because a lot of things were thrown at me. Literally. She was throwing motherfuckers everywhere. All right. This was a cool trailer. I'm not going to lie. This was a cool first teaser trailer. And I'm not going to, I don't really know even actually if there's a dog pile so far, like if people are hating this. I didn't even look at the thumbs up, thumbs down ratio. I tend not to look at that even though I can't help it. But I know a lot of people were split with the Superman movie itself. So that being said, this felt Guardians of the Galaxy to the damn T. I don't know. That was the first initial thought, and probably because the Blondie song. And I got a cool introduction to her. Now, I believe we saw Krypton, or glimpses of Krypton. They talk about the planet being destroyed. I already forgot her name. Cor-Jor-El, or I'll go back to it. I'll go back to it. Now, I know at the end of Superman 2020, James Gunn Superman, she was real snarky, real like Gen Zer, like I don't give a damn about you type of attitude, right? I don't know. Is that how she's supposed to be? Because in this, she kind of didn't seem like that. It seemed like she had a little more, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up, fuck you up, fuck you up. She was very like cocky, but also confident. She knew her strengths, she knew her powers, but it also seemed like, she was like kind of like a dirtbag drinking and, not really, kind of just toasting up to herself, so to speak, or not even that. Maybe just wallowing in the loss of Krypton, the Kryptonian civilization. And she escaped. I'm just basing this off of Man of Steel lore. Okay. Now, I did enjoy that movie more than Superman 2025, James Gunn Superman. Most of y'all know that if you guys saw my reaction. And don't worry, I will be watching Batman v Superman and Justice League. Calm your tits down, please. Jesus Christ. Please. It's the holidays. Can I live? Can I be with my family? All right. So, do I listen to Zack Snyder's Superman? Do I go by this one? If I'm going by this one, she and Superman, Kal-El, got out. Right? So, okay, that's cool. But now we're on different planets, and it does seem Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. I'm just going to get directly into the frame by frame. So if you guys made it here this far, hit that big thumbs up. Consider subscribing today for more. Okay, so first thing I noticed is Superman saves town, nuclear reactor explosion. Probably from, I can't see the from. Nuclear reactor explosion. Okay, so Supergirl rescues cats. Yo! The fact that they're all the same Daily Planet newspaper is funny. That's one thing about James Gunn, y'all. Say what you will about the guy. He can make something extremely, extremely funny or just clever or quirky. Hopefully, a lot of y'all don't dig his humor or don't dig him as an individual. But, sometimes the writing can be kind of cool. So I'm just kind of, going based off that. So that's a kind of cool frame. I want to go back to where they say her name.
Kar-Zor-El.
Kar-Zor-El. Okay, so Kar-Zor-El. Kar-Zor-El. All right. It's going to be a hard one to remember, but she's there. So once again, we see her toasting up, shots on fire. That's great. She's young. She's probably in her early 20s. And I can only imagine that this is happening, years into Krypton being demolished, right? So that's what I can think of. She's partying, the disco ball's falling, and come getting wasted, getting white girl wasted. Okay, that's great. Now, this is an interesting shot. So this looks like Krypton, but I don't know what that blast is about. But right directly after, this little girl says, okay, I heard about what happened to you, or everything happened in one day. And it seems like, everything is imploding, or there's some kind of sphere or bubble happening. So here's a shot. Also, we get some of the clothing that Kryptonians wear, I believe. Okay, this is a very interesting shot. Now, one thing I will remark on, James Gunn, coming from that Marvel sphere, that Marvel world, can make these, landscapes look just amazing, just vast and just endless sometimes with the wide scope, or just, I don't think this really looks dull, even though it's just the lighter, whites and browns of the marble and things like that. There's not much color vibrance coming out. It might look like there's a little bit of green in that water there, but other than that, it still looks like you're in a different setting other than Earth. I don't know what else, but they're also carrying the coffin, which looks like in a different shape of a traditional coffin. So I wonder who that fallen soldier is. We're also getting our Star Wars shot, I believe, or at least, she's in a bar and this is probably actually when she's dancing and getting all drunk and call me. And she's with the little girl here, talking about her past or whatever, her tragic past. And then, we get these characters from Star Wars, like I had said, that do. And they're probably all bounty hunters gunning for her or whatever, and it's not going to end well. And it looks like Jesus, Supergirl versus the world at this point, and not a care in the world. So I like that she's definitely playing into this character of not giving an F, and that's cool. I mean, I have to believe it, right? Or at least it looks like I'm believing this character. And I don't know who the sidekick's going to be throughout the movie. You guys let me know who this is. She looks like some at Last Airbender type of character. I want to get a still frame on one of these assassins because this happened so quick and I thought I saw something, but I don't want to say it until I actually see it in slow motion. Now, these guns look hella cool. I'm a huge, a fan of just future artillery. So for the most part in this clip, we're getting our baddies being shown. They look creepy and scary, right? And they're just all fighting and stuff. And this is cool. Looks like we might see this young girl in action as well, as she does pull her sword. This is going to be an awesome costume design movie, to say the least. This is cool. Unlike Superman 2025, it's kind of set in Smallville and not Smallville. Where's the Daily Planet?
You are a disgrace to this university, to this country, and humanity in general.
Metropolis, guys. I'm so sorry. I had to look it up, actually. Metropolis. All right. So we're getting some good action scenes here. And is she? Oh, she's wearing a Blondie shirt. She is wearing a Blondie shirt. Probably dancing to Call Me, which is cool. I mean, once again, adding to the whole Guardians reference that I was giving, the best soundtracks pretty much in the Marvel verse, superhero verse. This is the frame I was wondering about. This is fucking Lobo. This is Lobo. Okay. I heard whims weeks ago, like people were talking about it. That is 1000% Lobo. Jason Momoa as Lobo. That is what everybody was talking. Now I'm pumped. It looks like he has a grenade around his neck, by the way. If you blink, you missed it. And I was watching very intently my first viewing of this, and I thought I saw it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know. That's 100% Momoa as Lobo. Now, once again, I don't know these characters 1000%, as I wasn't the biggest DC fan growing up, but I know this character because he looks so damn cool. So Lobo, man, okay, that's going to be a big seller for this movie, guys. That's going to be a big seller. And then now we get what is it again? Car Jor-El? Either way, Supergirl's in flight here. Now, you guys let me know your thoughts on Supergirl in flight. Is it going to be as crazy as the first time you saw Henry Cavill do it? I know, I was screaming when I was watching Man of Steel. So this is kind of that shot there, guys. And, my computer's trying to catch up with the 4K. Sorry. And there we go. That's Supergirl. I think she looks great. I'm not going to lie. I can't get on the hate train if there is a hate train. I really don't know. It's just a quick glimpse. I don't know how the internet's receiving this. I'll have to look into the thumbs up or the top comments possibly, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so based on the thumbs up, which I'm going to give, this has 262,000 thumbs up and 21,000 thumbs down. Not too bad, but I am wondering why everybody's hating this. At almost 6 million views in 9 hours. Okay, let's see what some of the top comments are saying. All right, so top comment says Superman, hope, Supergirl, dope. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I took that as dope like dopey. That shows my age right now. Okay, dope as in she's dope. She's the shit. She's fire. She's cool. Okay. All right, so people are liking that. I feel so old for not thinking that meant cool. All right, Superman has only. Why do they keep comparing her to Superman? This is what she's in her own movie now. Okay, anyways, so this one says Superman has only known Earth and was raised by 2 nice farmers from Kansas. Supergirl, Vietnam flashbacks. I mean, I don't know. Wait a minute. Well, when Kal-El leaves Krypton, he's a baby. He doesn't remember anything. When Supergirl, that's another thing. She's not aging, huh? I didn't even think about that. She's not aging. So she was a teenager or young woman when this was all happening. Of course she's going to have Vietnam flashbacks. She's going to have PTSD from this shit, right? I would assume so. Supergirl. Oh, this is too much comparisons. Okay, Aquaman, my man. Lobo, main man. Is this a meme? Momoa was born to play Lobo, like exactly right casting. Okay, cool. They agree with me. The comic ad at the end was the cherry on top for me. Lobo button, advertising comics with the movie is amazing. Am I missing the comic part? Was that the comic part that they're talking about, or was there another frame of comic? They said at the end. Oh my. I didn't go all the way to the end, guys. I didn't go all the way to the end. Read where it all began. That's kind of cool that they're including a comic, or let's see, subscribe to DC Universe Infinite to read more than 27,000 digital comics and graphical. So a lot of people hate that, I'm a huge proponent, obviously, of physical media, but if you can't get it for whatever reason, I'm not opposed to guys and gals looking at comics on a tablet. Okay? We're in a digital age, man, accept it. Okay, so that's cool that they included that. All right. So that's it, guys. I don't see a negative comment. The Drunken Adventures of Kara Zor-El. That's gonna be hard. Kara Zor-El and Crypto. Can I just call her Kara? Why am I doing this to myself? Kara. Ain't no way the countdown in Times Square was to another countdown. Yeah, there was some marketing for this a couple of days ago, and they were just basically like, you got to wait another day. That's funny. Supergirl fans assemble here. So unless people are deleting comments, all I see is good shit. You guys let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them. And this is where I end the video, Flix Talkers. That was a fun reaction. You guys let me know your thoughts. Please hit that big thumbs up before you guys leave. Consider subscribing today for more. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone. Peace.